So you started around 8 years, you had the
8
confidence
years.
to start your own law firm. But why start a law firm? Most people never do. They will just continue to work and they get good pay. You are in good companies, you would have been paying very well. So why did you decide to go and start a law firm?
I think, Ramanuj, that's a great question. And again, coming back to the fact that I come from a middle class family, my parents also asked me that why do you want to start on your own when you are getting paid? I was getting paid upwards of 40-45 lakhs. So my thought process there was that if I'm an assistant vice president today at the age of 30, I'll be a executive director at 35 and a managing director at 40. So I could not see that much growth that a person would want. And it is a fact that we all are either law students or lawyers, and we are doing this because we are passionate about the subject. Of course, money is a necessity for us. We all need money to run our houses and to give ourselves shelter. But being lawyers, we have to have that kick also. Say litigators especially, you guys go to the court and you get a favorable order and you come back and you have that cup of tea, and it's a great feeling to achieve that. So somewhere I was missing that aspect that okay, I'm not able to service the range of people
But then
that
many
I can.
people do chamber practice, right? They decide, okay, I'll be a senior counsel someday or senior advocate in Delhi High Court or whatever, Haryana, right? In Punjab and Haryana High Court. But you did not decide that. You decided to open a law firm, which is significantly different. So it is not explained only by the thrill of arguing in court. So what was the thrill of starting a law firm? What made you do that?
So one thing that I could luckily do, I was mindful about the artillery that I was coming to the battlefield with. Many people here we know are very privileged. They come from extremely privileged backgrounds. Their parents are folks who can get them work. They make a phone call and an entire ministry starts attaching their work to them. I knew that I did not come from a background like that. My only USP was the work experience I had done and the hustle I had put forth in the last 8 odd years. So then I realized that if I start a law firm, if I start a brand, and starting from strengthening my legs, if I'm able to do good work for those brands, work will flow and follow. Plus, I somewhere knew, and there was exposure to platforms also. So I somewhere knew that even if I manage contracts for small startups, I can run my boat. My boat will not sink if I'm approaching some startup and doing some work, albeit for a very discounted price. But I can use that work I've gained over that startup, go to another startup, perhaps service 3 or 4, say, EV space startups and go to the 5th one and then demand a fees. Tell them that, okay, I have done work for these 4 companies in the EV or tech space or NFT platform base or anything like that, like a e-commerce entity. And then I can perhaps ask for a... So, of course, it was a gamble, but it luckily paid off.
Okay, but what made you want to do all this?
The whole aspect, Ramanuj, that I did not want to be restricted to one core activity, because as lawyers and at this time, Google is there for everyone. So it is not that time that, okay, 60 years back, say Ram Jethmalani would have had to find a citation. He would go to a library, take out that book. Today, I just type Navdeep Singh versus Union of India and I get that judgment. I also get from Manu Patra where all it is quoted and in the latest manner. So today, what I honestly believe, and of course, this is a horses for courses situation. It's different for everyone. But with my bandwidth and the work that I had done, I had serviced different industries. And then I realized that, okay, I can put all of this into a law firm because I can service different aspects of law, do corporate and litigation as well, and then try to run my boat in a seamless but in a boundaryless manner. So I could do terms and conditions for a...
Can we say you wanted more freedom to shape your own destiny in some ways?
I think that's exactly how someone would sum up my approach in 5 words. So exactly that, Ramanuj.
Okay. But so what was the risk that you evaluated? So before you start a law firm, you obviously identify some risks and evaluate that these are my opportunities, these are my strengths, these are the risks. So what were the strengths and the risks that you saw?
Internal strengths that I have, Ramanuj, we come from humble backgrounds. We know how to hustle and put our muscle to the hustle basically. I knew that whatever comes in May, I'm ready to work for 14 hours. I'm going to work those 14 hours. I might not get a meal tonight, I might not get a meal day after, but I'll make sure that there will be a piece of food and a roti and a dal sitting on my table the 3rd day. So that was the hustle I started with. Plus, I used to see lawyers...
So you had a lot of confidence and self-esteem at that point that I'm going to make this work? That was the
Not
thing.
really. It wasn't completely like that. Of course, it was extremely intimidating. So much so that even today, when a good client comes, instead of becoming happy that I closed a good client and got a good billing, I start thinking that, okay, this month I've gotten the billing. What if next month all the clients go and say that, Pushkar, we don't need your services. We've gotten a better law firm.
Okay, that's the dark side, but there must have been some level of confidence that
It was.
So what was the confidence?
So confidence was that I could do the work, and how it came, to be honest, guys.
So you could deliver results. So you could deliver. So you saw that you are wherever you are working, you are delivering results, and people are very happy from what results you are delivering. Is that what it was?
Exactly what it was. And since I worked in different environments, when I was working at EMAR, I was dealing with senior advocates, briefing them. So I knew what level of expertise they were running at, what's the level of dedication and diligence they were giving to their work. At Namura, I was dealing with Baker and McKenzie, Allen and Overy, Linklaters, and all these foreign law firms. So I got to know that, okay, this is the standard that these guys are operating at, and can I match that? And luckily, I could feel that, okay, I'm being able to match that and get good reviews, good appraisals. So, of course, locking your horns, especially for law students out here, you might think that, okay, you will only be good at corporate laws or you will only be good at employment laws, but you never know till you actually take that sail into the ship and lock your horns against your competitors and see where you stand.
So in a way, this is what it seems to me, correct me, so you were working in a law firm. That gave you a unidimensional experience, that you were doing certain things.
Extremely unidimensional.
And then you went and worked in couple of in-house teams where you worked inside the company, and that showed you, this is my hypothesis, where the law firms are lacking. And you saw a gap in the market, and you had the confidence that I am able to solve these problems out here, and if I go out and start a law firm, I can solve it for a larger number of people. Does that?
So I have a point to mention on this, Ramanuj. I was working at Namura and we needed a copyright registration. So my general counsel called me, he used to call me Thakur. So he said that, Thakur, expedite this. 2 hours I was sitting and I had a budget constraint. I could not take a tier 1 law firm. After 2 hours, I dropped him a message that, Leon, can I do it myself? Because I was sure that other than the top 6 law firms, the tier 2 and tier 3 law firms did not have the diligence. All of us know law. We all know law is no rocket science. But we have to be diligent on the table and do that work. That quality was missing in tier 2, tier 3 law firms. So that's where I realized that, okay, today I'm in the position that I'm willing to do the work myself, take the onus on myself rather than spend company's money, because I'm scared that that guy will mess it up and I will lose my job. Especially since Namura as an organization is heavily regulated. We are regulated by SEBI laws, RBI.
By the way, this is a very big insight. Very, very big insight for those of you who want to run a law firm, start a law firm, get your own clients. Forget even if you don't have a law firm. You just want your own clients. This is a very big insight. Okay.
So that is something that I realized, and eventually what people tend to forget is that law is just diligence and hard work. It is nothing extraordinary. I don't have to pull a rabbit out of the hat. The law is the same for everyone. The precedents are the same for everyone. As long as you are diligent, you are honest towards your work, clients, leave alone coming, they will never leave as well, is what I can assure you guys.
So this is a very good. So you don't start a law firm until you know, or a business, any business, right? No difference in law. It's not like an adventure that I'm going to start something and now because I believe in myself so much, I will automatically succeed. No, it's not true. What difference is that he knew what is the gap in the market, what people need, and it is not being met. And he knew who might be his clients tomorrow and why they cannot hire those law firms which actually provide the kind of services they want. They charge too much. They cannot hire them. Then if I build something like this, people will come to me. They can't even leave. And this, I think, is the most important factor. Even if you want to get clients, you already run a law firm. First big factor is this, that, I know I have a USP of what I'm offering. I know that here is the value proposition that I'm offering. And it does not have to be the exact